What up, Abe?
Hi,
Where you at? I was gonna thought you're hiding in your room or something.
I am
What's up?
hiding in my room.
Hi, Megan. How's your week been going, Abe? How was your week?
Hi.
How was your week,
Good.
Avery? Yeah.
Good. How's yours?
It was good. I went back to Missouri and saw my 86-year-old mother. So I guess it was about as good as it could be. Sucks getting old. I'm not looking forward to that part. Um, but otherwise it was good. Now I'm sitting up at Lake Almador, and it's absolutely beautiful. It's gorgeous. I want to apologize that the internet doesn't work out well because it's not great Wi-Fi, and I've got three teenagers here that I told not to touch their phones downstairs, but not sure they'll be able to handle that. How are you, Megan?
I'm good.
Yeah. How was your week?
Just chilling.
Hi, Gianna.
Hi.
Am I choppy?
A little.
Okay. Today is going to be short because of that. Um, I think what I'll do is I'll try to get through this. This step is for the braver. Um, This is the regular sort of daily visualization meditation that you're going to do. But I'd like to start first by, do you guys have your journals? Just do a little bit of writing for a second. Um, we're going to reset our affirmations today. Okay. Um, but before we start that real quick, I want you to go around and each of you do some progress challenge this week. So your goal this week was to try to work on those crutches that you had last week. So I think it was Avery was getting up on time. Um, so I want to hear about your progress challenge. I'll give you 60 seconds. Just tell me about what went well and what didn't go well. You can start, Avery.
I feel like I did pretty good. Most of the time, I got up at I was up, like I was awake at 7:30, and then I got up at like 8 because I was just like laying in bed and stuff. And then after that, after I got out of bed and stuff, I went and played pickleball like as a workout, and then I came home and like worked out with my brother.
Sweet. So tell me about your thought process. Were you conscious of your goal of getting up at all?
Yeah, I was. I looked at the time a couple of times. I was like, I just want to stay in bed. And then the rest, I was just like, I need to get out of bed. Like, I can't fail my challenge, basically.
All right. So tell me what is that thought? Let's do a little review. What are you fighting
Um,
against? What are you fighting against?
Me staying in bed.
Yeah, but what is that? What is the technical thing you're fighting against? Like somebody want to help? Remember we talked about your subconscious brain, right? That's your elephant is
Yeah.
telling you to stay in bed and keep doing what you did yesterday because yesterday worked out great, right? And getting out of bed is technically painful, right? It's different, it's new. Oh, I got to get out of bed. I'm not used to that, right? And so
Yeah.
that's the thought that you're fighting against, right? And that carries over into everything you do: homework, workouts, relationships. It's all connected, right? Megan, tell me about your challenge this week.
I thought it went pretty well, but I like filled my mornings were like pretty full this time, so I could just like get up and not really think about going on my phone, and I didn't have like the time to do it. Because I would go to like I was like going boating or like I would go play basketball, so I like didn't um but there were some mornings that I would still like I would reach for it, but I have to keep like reminding myself not to go on it and fill my time because it's a long habit.
Did any of you guys do any journaling this week about it? Just remember that was part of your goal was to like try to process it, right? So not just think it, but also process it because that's part of the challenge, and that's part of the process of changing behavior is processing it through thought, right? So not just like thinking it and then moving on. It's actually spending a few minutes. And I remember I told you 2 to 3 minutes is all you need to do. Okay. So whether you did or not, keep fighting that, right? Keep trying to find the time to just process and write a little bit. Okay. Gianna, what about you?
Sorry.
Okay.
Mine went fine this week, except for the past 2 days, because I was like at places where I like needed to get food or else I wouldn't eat anything. But like throughout the week I would just like cook everything at home, or like I would have my dad make like extra food for like dinner, so like extra like meat, so then I could just eat that for lunch the next day. But it went pretty well, I would say.
Okay. And so were you conscious of it during the week? Like were you actually processing that goal?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would say.
Okay. Um, sounds like you travel a lot during the summer. It's like the summer of Gianna or what?
Yeah.
It sounds like you've had a great summer. Okay. Okay, cool. All right. So let's do a little bit of writing first. Actually, let's not. Let's what time is it right now? It's 10, 11. Okay, I'm gonna keep you guys to about 10:35, 10:40. Let's actually let's turn our cameras off and let's do a really quick like meditation. Let's practice. Okay, because that's what we're gonna close with today. And I'm gonna send you one for you to do every day. You've heard we've done it in practice, so you know what it is. So let's do a quick meditation. I'm gonna have you write for a couple minutes. I'm gonna teach you the braver again, and then I'll let you go. Okay. So go ahead and turn off your cameras, and I'm gonna play a meditation. I'm gonna play my mentor on this one. If I can find it. I'm gonna go ahead and do it with you because I haven't done mine yet today. All right.
Coach,
Yeah,
were you gonna play something? Or
it's not playing. Hold on.
no? You didn't
Sorry.
hear.
You can't hear it?
No.
Oh, that's weird. Okay, hold on. That's weird. 'Cause I can hear it. Sorry. Thanks for stepping up and saying something. Shit.
Yeah, of course.
I don't know why. I wonder if it's because I'm not sharing my screen. Let me try again.
Okay.
See if I share my screen, if you can hear it. Okay, tell me if you can hear this. Hold on. Can you hear that? Can you hear that?
I
If
didn't hear.
you didn't hear it,
Yeah.
what is that happening? Because you guys heard it last time I did it.
Yeah.
Okay, let me try again. Wonder if it's my camera. We'll give up on it if it doesn't work this time. I guess not. Hold on. Try that. Are you seeing my screen? If
What?
Are you seeing my screen right now?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, can you hear this? You hear that?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, let's forget it. I'll send it to you. You guys can do it after. Okay. All right. So you can turn your cameras on or you can leave them off either way. But here's what we're gonna do today. I want you to take, let's call it 3 minutes, and we're going to reset our affirmation. So I'm not sure if Gianna, you did this from the start. Did you guys remember I gave you guys that green packet at the start of the summer with the 3 affirmations on it, and you did it regard to basketball? Let's reset those affirmations today, and I want you to write for 3 minutes. I want you to spend 1 minute writing about 3 separate affirmations or intentions for yourself for the school year. And I want you to write it in positive first person form. Like I am this. I am that. Not I want to be or I can be, but I am this. And I want that intention, those 3 intentions to be about your school year. So I am going to be solid in doing all my homework. It can be about sports, it can be about your grades, it can be about your relationships, it can be about your attendance. But I want you to pick 3 different affirmations about who you are going to be this school year. Okay. And you're going to write for 1 minute on each. Okay. I'm going to start my timer and I'll let you know when 1 minute is up. You can switch to the next one. Okay, ready? Timer starts now. Oh, I know why it wasn't working. It's because I have my headphones in. You got 5 seconds, and then you're going to move on to the next affirmation in 3, 2, 1. Finish your thought. All right, go ahead and move on to that. Finish your thought, move on to the last one. Got about 15 seconds. Worst jam ever. Okay. Now I want you to go back and I want you to, for each affirmation, I want you to summarize each of those little paragraphs or whatever, however you wrote it out. I want you to summarize it into one sentence so that you could, if somebody asks you what's one affirmation, you could say it. So, like one sentence, like something that I would say is, I am a reliable and dependable teacher for my students daily. I show up ready every day. Something like that. So I want you to summarize all three of those into, and again, these could be fluid and you can change them as you go through the week or whatever, but I want you to write them out into a sentence that you could read back. They don't need to be perfect right now, but you can mold them as we go through the week. I'll know you're ready when your pencil's down or pen is down and you're looking at the pen. Don't overthink it right now. Just, you got, like I said, you can shorten it, lengthen it, make them better as you go through the week, but you're going to repeat these once or twice a day this week. All right. Megan, I want to hear one of yours.
I said I'm motivated to get all my work done when it needs to get done.
Perfect. You could also, so motivated is like a prep word, right? You can, as you go, you could, I guess this is going into school, so that doesn't make sense. But as we get into the school year, you can say, I am on top of my shit. I get stuff done. I get everything I need to get done daily, right? So that can change as you go into the school year, right? What about you, Gianna?
I said, I'm gonna get all my homework done before 8 p.m.
Okay. So instead of I'm going to, it's
I am.
I'm on top of my stuff. I get all my work done by 8 p.m. Okay.
Mhm.
If
I just said I'm gonna get good grades.
okay, so I am on top of my shit. I'm a good student. I get good grades. Okay. So here's the science behind it. Your brain can't tell the difference between what's not real and what's real, right? Your brain only knows what you tell it. So if you tell yourself I'm a good student and you say that belief work daily, your brain believes you. It doesn't know the difference, right? It's not this entity that looks back and says, well, you're a liar. You don't get all your work done. You do. You procrastinate. Your brain, that's not how it works. That's you telling yourself that I can't, I'm gonna procrastinate. I'm not gonna get it done on time. That's you telling yourself that. So the idea is that if you continue to just reaffirm the things that you want for yourself, who you really want to be, your brain will believe you. And before you know it, you'll be doing those things, right? It's not something that this is not something that happens overnight. You're not going to wake up one day and say, man, that stuff that Coach Butler put me through, it works. That's not how it works. What happens is you practice and you tell yourself and you mold your thoughts into the person that you want to be, and you start to become that person. You start to behave in those ways. It doesn't happen overnight. Maybe 6 months down the line, 3 months down the line, you look back and go, holy shit, like I've actually changed. I'm actually doing things that I wanted to do because you fought off that elephant and didn't go back to that safety again. But you got to have to work at it. Okay. So just keep in mind when you practice these affirmations and you drop the ball somewhere along the way, you don't get something done, don't be kind to yourself and continue to push those affirmations through because it'll change who you are. But it's a negative loop cycle. If you screw up and you act counter to what you want to be and you screw up, what happens is then you start to process yourself in that negative side, that negative affirmation, and it just loops back around and you continue that process. See, I'm not very smart. I don't get my homework done. So then you feel bad about yourself and you get down and you don't get the work done, right? So it's that tear process of we're going thoughts, emotions, actions, and results. And so you have to continue to change and work on your beliefs and your thoughts. I can do it. I am who, this is who I want to be. This is who I am. All right. So the braver is the daily thought process sort of visualization. We're going to use this for basketball this year. We'll do some together as a group, but also this is a great opportunity for you to practice on your own, and you can do your own version of the braver daily in any capacity. It can be a mixture of topics in your life. It can be all based on going to school one day. It can be your relationships, whatever you want to do, right? You guys can see my screen, right? You can see the presentation. Okay. All right. So quick overview, step by step. So we're moving into our athlete toolbox. These next 4 sessions, these will be the last 4 we do. And this will be the toolbox that hopefully you'll get good at through your fall sports, through fall practice, and then into basketball season and carry over into anything you do and carry on through whatever sports you play the remainder of your career. Okay. This is your tools. These are your tools. Okay. So again, this is all about our beliefs that the goal is possible. And over time, you can become the person that you want to be, right? So this little chart here is kind of the steps and where we're going to get to around the belief, right? You got to have, before you have the goal, you got to set the goal. And then during that time, it's going to be longer and harder than you thought. And through failure and obstacles, you're still going to deal with it. You can come back to this center belief through all of this, through the failures, the pressure, during those challenges, you're going to come back to it. Okay. And so why is belief so important? We talked about that, right? This is the same idea. I'm going to keep pounding this into your brain. This idea that your inner brain, your monkey brain, I like to call it, wants to avoid pain, conserve energy, increase pleasure. It doesn't want to do the work, right? It wants things to be simple. Okay. And so we need something quick, proven, and simple and consistent to continue to teach your brain that you can do it. Okay. And this is Lindsay. She's my mentor. This is her thing. There's all kinds of variations of the braver, this technique. But this is hers, and this is what I teach. So, right. So here's where we are, and it's going to take some hard work, right? We talked about discomfort, and we talked about this in the first couple of lessons, but it's not a straight line climb. It's not a straight line to your goal. It's going to be ups and downs all along the way. Okay. So be kind to yourself when you screw up. Okay. So, where do we actually want to go? So you wrote those affirmations down today. And that's where we want to go. That's what this version of the bravery, this version of this process, this visualization for you, this is where we're working on. This is where you want to go. Okay. And so we did a little journaling. I changed the journal for it. Okay. You wrote 3 themes that came up. So these are your 3 affirmations. You don't have the worksheet, so I'm not worried about that. I can send it to you, but you've got your affirmations. Let's mold those as the week goes on. So every day when you practice this, I'm going to send you a recording for you to put your headphones in. And eventually you could probably get good at doing this where you don't need me or any recording to get through it. I'm at a point now where I can just sit quietly and I can do it without having to worry about somebody guiding me. Okay. But I'm going to send you the guided version. And my suggestion is that you just put your headphones in and do it this week. Okay. Maybe right when you get up. Okay. So how can we easily and consistently train our brain to get there? And that's what this process is. Okay. So what does braver stand for? Right. And this helps you remember. So breathing, right? So at the beginning of each session, you're going to close your eyes and you're going to be taking these long 5 deep breaths. As you breathe in, you're going to count to 6. Now, it's like anything else. 6 seconds is a long inhale and a long exhale, right? If it's easier for you, if you feel like you're struggling to get to 6 seconds on a long inhale and exhale, then cut it to 5, cut it to 4, right? When you do it, don't I get in a comfortable position, but don't be laying in bed, right? Like don't lay in bed or like sit with your feet sideways. Get yourself to like a really like comfortable place that's normal for you, right? So like you can sit on the couch. I like to go sit outside on a bench outside in the sun. It like just helps me like to do that. But it might not be, it could be I do it before. I did it in the fall, in the spring, sitting in my car. Like I just because it was comfortable for me. It was, I had to get over the fact that someone might walk by and see me sitting there with my eyes closed. But get yourself into a comfortable position. I like to put my hands on my knees. Some people like to put their palms up. Some people like to clasp their hands, right? Some people put their hands on their belly. It's up to you, okay? And then at the end of these breaths, you're going to let go. You're going to just be really purposeful in your exhales, right? And in those exhales, you want to let everything go. Any stress, unproductive thoughts, any negative emotions you're having that are not serving any purpose for you. And we always have those. We have those every day. And that's something that release, that exhale, that you want to be conscious of letting all that stuff go. Bye-bye. See you later. And then go back to your breathing, right? I like to breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. Some people like to do both through the nose. It's up to you. I'm not going to, that's your thing, right? And then at the end of these 6 breaths, after we go through 6 breaths, you're going to go 3 affirmations, right? You're going to say those affirmations to yourself. And they're first person, present tense statements to yourself that create a picture in your mind of who you are and what you're capable of. So like, I am a tough, hardworking player that gives my all every time I step on the field. Okay. So create 3 of these. And I want you guys to do school versions, and if you're starting sports, Avery, you can make yours about flag football if you want, Ave, but like, let's do something in the now, right? So, Megan and Gianna, we can change those for when fall hoop starts and start those workouts too. But right now, just do school stuff for the start of the school year. Let's start off positively. When you're saying those affirmations, you want to visualize what that looks like it's happening right there at that moment. What's it like? If you're saying I get good grades, like you see yourself in the classroom, like Chromebook open, you're sitting up straight, you're focused on what's going ahead, you're going on in front of you, you're alert, you're awake, and you're interested in whatever is being taught, right? So use like all 5 senses. What does it smell like in the classroom? What do you hear? What do you see? Okay. And they have to be realistic, right? So you got to be able to actually picture them, because again, you're tricking your brain into believing, into making this real right there in the moment. And at the very end, you're going to say a reset word. So you should already have a reset word. I think we've done this in practice, and we've done this through basketball over the summer. Come up with that trigger word, whatever it might be. I think a lot of you were saying breathe. or like next play or whatever, right? So come up with that trigger word, and you're going to say that reset word quietly to yourself at the top of every breath. So when you take those first five breaths, it's that long 5-second breath at the end. Breathe, or badass, or dominate, confidence, whatever that word is, you're going to say it, exhale, let all that shit go, right? And then do it again. Do that 5 times, right? 5 long, deep breaths. And then you're going to say your affirmations. Going to give you about 90 seconds, or sorry, 60 seconds for each. And it shouldn't take us longer than more than 2 to 3 minutes to do an entire braver. So you can get these done first thing in the morning, right? And then just practice, right? It's going to be practice, practice, practice. And it's really all about breathing. Okay, so your nervous system, you have 2 systems in your body, your parasympathetic and your sympathetic. You want to train your body to get to that. You want to trigger your parasympathetic so that you're actually calm under pressure. And that starts with your breathing, being able to control your breathing. So like when you get nervous and your cortisol shoots and your fight or flight, right? Like I didn't prepare for the test and you get really scared. Like, oh shit, I'm not ready. I'm not ready for this test. I don't think I can do well. That's your sympathetic nervous system firing. And you got to train yourself to chill out, right? Chill out. So last drive, Avery, 2 minutes to go in the game. Lincoln's putting the ball in your hands, and you've got that 90 seconds to get down the field and score. Your sympathetic nervous system starts to fire. You start to get nervous, right? You start to breathe faster. Heart rate raises, right? It takes training to get yourself into a place where you can slow down. I got this. I'm Patrick Mahomes, God damn it, right? So like that's practice, and it starts with something as simple as the braver. Can you control your breathing? Okay, that release. Okay, you screw up, no big deal. I got the next one. Okay, again, this same feedback loop. Let's make it positive. Positive thoughts, positive emotions leads to productive actions, leads to the results you're looking for. Okay, so we did the affirmations, and you're going to trigger that word is going to trigger your visualization of who you are, right? And you're going to kick that elephant's ass, that subconscious elephant's ass, right out the door, right? Because we've talked about how this works. Your writer and your conscious brain wants to get you to where you want to go. That's your affirmation, right? Your rational thought is those affirmations, right? Your subconscious thought is the one that's hiding back in the back of your brain telling you, I'm not that smart, I can't do well, I didn't do as good as I did 1 or 2 last year, whatever it might be that's holding you back. You got to be conscious of it, right? So we did these affirmations, already pushed you through I am, right? And so these are examples, right? Remember, you're going to see, hear, taste, smell, feel, really be in those in that space. Okay, say your reset words at the top. Okay, and if you want to change all of this as you go, then you can do that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my headphones off and I'm going to play the braver for you. Let's see if I can do that. Read it to you. Okay, so when we do this, can you hear me? Okay, when we do this, if you need to open your eyes to read your affirmations, then do that. Okay. When we get done today, I will send you 2 versions that you can play on your phone. Okay. Let me see if you can hear this.
All right, guys. So this is the braver.
Right.
So what I want you to do is I want you to close your eyes.
Yes. Okay.
And start paying attention to your breathing.
All right. So this is Lindsay. I'm going to play Lindsay's, but I will send you hers and mine. Okay. So, all right, so we're going to practice one time together, and then I'll let you guys go, and you can have a fantastic day. All right, so let's follow along. I'm going to do it with her. If you want to turn your camera off, you can. And here we go. Don't forget, you can read your affirmations when we get to that. Okay, here we go.
All right, guys, so this is the braver. So what I want you to do is I want you to close your eyes and start paying attention to your breathing. Paying attention to the rise and fall of the chest, the movement of air and vibrations moving through you. And I'm going to take you through the braver exercise. So have your feet flat on the floor, legs uncrossed, and in a comfortable upright posture. And I want you to take a deep breath, breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I want you to say your reset word at the top of that, suspending your breath and then breathing out. And on that exhale, I want you to let go of your air and let go of any thoughts, worries, doubts that you need to let go of at this moment. Good. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, saying your reset word and breathing out and just exhaling on that breath out, letting go, whatever you need to let go of. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Say your reset word and breathing out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathing in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Reset word and breathing out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Last breath, breathing in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Reset word. And on this last exhale, really breathing out as slow as you possibly can before letting your breath return to its normal and comfortable pace. Keeping your eyes closed, I want you to say your affirmation to yourself on the inside.
You can open your eyes and read it.
Really letting yourself see that next level you. Seeing what you would see, hearing what you would hear, feeling what you would feel, as if you are in that moment right now. Doing what you would do, acting as you would act, having the emotions associated with that moment, and letting your very powerful mind experience that. If you have another affirmation, you can say that to yourself, or you can continue letting your mind work on the first one. And really being in that moment. And then coming back to the present moment, moving a finger or a toe to connect with your body in this moment of time. And giving yourself some other positive self-talk, reminding yourself how powerful you are. And getting ready to accomplish what you want to accomplish, taking a final deep breath and opening your eyes when you're ready.
All right, go ahead and turn your cameras back on. So again, you can take as much time on those affirmations as you want at the end of the day, or at the end of the breathing. Okay, again, I'm going to send you to your challenge this week. Your weekly assignment is to do the Braver at least once a day. I recommend you do it when you start your day. You'll feel a profound difference in how you start your day when you do that. Right, so maybe Braver, maybe 2 minutes of journaling, and go about your day. That's your challenge this week. Okay. So work on your affirmations, keep dialing them in. Have a great first week. Let's plan on doing, I'm running my workshop Sunday night. And maybe we can meet Sunday, like early evening next week. I'll send you some times. All right. Because or we could always do Monday too, because you're not back in school yet. So we'll figure that out. But have a great rest of your week. Make sure you're journaling. You guys should start a chat between the three of you. Or actually, I have the chat. Never mind. I'm going to send you some journal prompts this week. I didn't do that last week. So you're gonna get some journal prompts. You're going to get 2 Bravers from me. Your goal is to do those every day and to journal for 2 to 3 minutes. Okay. Have a fantastic week. Enjoy your last week of freedom. All right. See you guys on the other side. Be good.